given a population where the mean equals to 200 and the standard deviation is 40, which x value corresponds to z equals to negative 0.25? It's either A, 190, B, 10, C is 210, or D is 175. All right, now one of these we're going to rule out right away. I'm going to rule out, or I'm going to eliminate C, because 210, that is ahead or greater than 200. That would mean that I would have to have a positive z-score. Instead, I've got a negative z-score here. So normally, we have an x value that we're going to convert to z, and we use this value, whatever number that they've given us here. We would use the formula, the z-score formula, to figure this out. Now, unfortunately, we don't have that kind of a setup here. Instead, we've got things the other way around. We know what the z value is, and we need to convert it to x. Now, in order to do this, I'm going to need to use this formula. And it looks like this. It is z sigma plus the mean. Okay, so now you may not have this written down on a formula sheet. You may not know where this came from. But really, this is simply just this formula up here rearranged to give me x. And I'll show you how you do it. Let's say that I have my formula, and I know what some of these values are. In fact, I know what z is, I know what the mean is, and I know what the standard deviation is. What I don't know is I don't know what x is, and I want to be able to find x. I want a formula that looks like this, that says x equals to some stuff. In fact, this is going to be the formula right here that I'm looking for. Well, what I need to do is I need to get x by itself on one side of the equation. Now, it doesn't matter what side of the equation. I mean, this formula here is the same as that formula there. That's the way that equations work. It doesn't matter if x equals is over here or x equals is over there. It's all the same thing. So I really just need to get everything away from this x. I need it to be by itself. So how can I do that? How can I rearrange my equation? Well, the basic rules, and there's two basic rules of rearranging an equation, work as follows. If there's something that's being done to x, like here you can see that it's being divided by sigma. This whole side is being divided by sigma. I want this out of here. If I want to undo something that's happening, like dividing by sigma, just do the opposite. Multiply by sigma. But you have to do the same thing to both sides. So I got to multiply this side also by sigma. Now here, on this side, these are going to cancel out, because if you've got something on the bottom of a fraction and something on the top of a fraction, what's going to happen is they're going to cancel each other out. But that doesn't happen over there on that side. So I'm left with z sigma equals to x minus the mean. Now remember, I want to get x by itself, but right now we're subtracting the mean from it. I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to add the mean. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So the first rule is, whatever you don't like to see, do the opposite. But second rule is, whatever you've done, whatever you've added to your equation, you've got to do the same thing to the other side. So these guys over here are going to cancel. Adding something and taking something away and adding that same thing that you just took away, those cancel out. It's the same as doing nothing to x. So what we're left with here is that z sigma plus the mean equals to x. Or in other words, x equals to z sigma plus the mean. So this is where that formula comes from. And now I can plug things into it. I can say that x equals to z, which is negative 0.25. Sigma is over here, it's 40. And then plus the mean, that's plus 200. So this is negative a quarter of 40. That is negative 10. If you do that in your calculator, plus 200, this is going to give me that x equals to 190. And so my answer is A.